We're going to go for a tour of my little antique car museum. And as we enter the door, or close to it, we have a nice large picture here, which is too large for the wall, but it was too nice of a picture to not have, with all those cars on the side there. We swing over and we've got a lighted Route 66. We have a picture of a 1947 Fargo up there. That's hand painted by my daughter-in-law. And then this is the truck when it first came, just an old blue farm truck. And as it stands now, it looks like this, and this particular same picture is hanging in Jim's garage. It's a little Petrolina museum on Portage Avenue in Headingley, Manitoba. Awesome little museum. And then we swing around to the door and we have a nice 55 Chevy sign. We have a rug that was hooked by my youngest daughter as a gift. I don't know how they knew I enjoyed old cars, but I do. Here we have some metal hangings on the wall just as we enter in by the light switch. And some other pictures. Even a copper tooled picture up there. We come in around to the back of the door. We have a bunch of some car parts from anything pre-1960. You know, a lot of names from cars that I've picked up at scrap yards and not. And if we go swing around to this corner here, way down on the floor, here we've got some cookie tins that I've collected. They make so many of them with so many nice cars on them. Hard to pass up. In this case, we've got some wooden cars. And a few other sort of ceramic type ones. In this case here, we've got trucks and cars, and some more larger wooden vehicles. And well, right beside here, we've got a collection of fire truck pictures. And here we've got a few of these serving trays. Some of them quite nice. And just on top of the wooden case here we have our little collection of emergency vehicles. Fire trucks, police cars, ambulances. They're all lined up there. And if we slip over the side, we've got some die casts that are still in their original packaging that we'll just leave there. We go way down to the bottom here, and we've got some ceramic vehicles that were flower planters or whatever use they had. And back here we've got, I think, 39 piggy banks, die cast piggy banks, a lot of brass cars, even a wooden piggy bank. And that green was just a metal one as well. We've got coasters, magnets, candy boxes, little plastic mini collections that you've probably seen in dollar stores at one point or enough time. We have an old gas pump here. A few nice die cast in cases. In the case here we have a lot of the smaller die cast. Some of them quite unique. Good little collection of all kinds of little cars. And while we're in this corner, we'll just swing up around here. Let's see some of our metal cars hiding up in the corner there. And just as we come around, we've got glasses, we have mugs, coffee mugs, beer steins, a shaving glass, a double-decker bus mug, and some very tall glasses, almost mixer type glasses. We got some decanters there. Swing around here, we'll see more of the mugs. Down here we've got some more specialty kind of decanters or containers. If you notice the Indian head and the gas pump and the 2 spark plugs, as well as these 2 here steins, which cars all around them, as well as everyone in this case, these 2 cases. This is all Avon, and they're all pre-1960 vehicles. It's the only thing I allow in this room is pre-1960. Got some nice die-cast cars hidden behind there, as well as a number of ashtrays that are hidden behind there. A few more ashtrays. There's a baseball with a Thunderbird on it. A diner with my favorite truck, Trucking for Jesus, on the top. A couple of little Chevrolets. There's a couple of dinky cars back in behind there. Collector's items. There's a red Nutcracker back there. Hard to see it, but you might recognize this diner from one of the kids' movies, Cars. Kind of a nifty little thing to plant some cars on. Another gas pump. We have 3 radios in here, vintage car radios. Some lighted signs as well. A couple of die casts. We have an old steam pumper here, a model that I had made and used a upside down fish tank as a case, as a glass case. In here we have a number of playing cards. All in these cases are about 18 different decks so far, I think, of playing cards. A couple more trays. There's a box of collector cars there. A little box of nice big pictures. A Texaco lamp. On these 3 shelves here we have plastic models that I built over the years, some as far back as teenager years. And they survived the flood of '97, just need a little cleaning up. Here we have some puzzles, the 3D puzzles put together. We have some more metal tins and another wooden car in the corner there. There's another globe light that has a number of pictures of vintage vehicles on it. We have some metal signs, license plates along that part of the ceiling. Turn around to this higher part. We have some more metal vehicles. We have some more plates. We have all these gas station signs. I made a whole bunch of them using electrical box covers. And on this wall, got some nice pictures. We got some coin sets. Come down and we'll start to see some plates. A nice car sketch. I'm not even sure if that sketch is original or if it's just a copy, but it's really nice and highly detailed. Another lamp cover. Down is our stoplight. We have a trash can. Classic Reg. Stitch picture hiding around the corner. Christmas ornaments. Some more plates. We have a lot of buttons. Belt buckles, keychains, Christmas plate, shot glasses. Set of 4 pictures here that are really nice, kind of almost like a gold leaf look to them. A wooden clock. And here we have a hubcap clock. Down here we have a mess of puzzles. This one here is going to be my first 2,000 piece puzzle. Suitcase. We have a number of books in the case here. The Automobile Quarterlies. We have Jim Beam decanters. 3 of them. We have a number of record jackets. If anything has a vintage vehicle of any kind on it, or they have a Hudson on the back of this one, but the guy's name is Hudson Ford. I'm not sure if that's the group or his name, but kind of cool. Another poster. A couple of large calendars hanging here, and that's the model, one of the larger plastic models that I put together of the 1937 Cord. We have a whole mess more of puzzles up here, all different 1,000 piece, 500 piece, 300 piece. And we have a whole bunch of puzzles that need to be, not puzzles, models that need to be done. Come down here, we've got neckties, hubcaps, another calendar. We have a bunch of puzzles here that are all completed and mounted. I think we're nearing the mark, the 200 mark of puzzles that I've put together. Some more posters and calendars. We have t-shirts as well. One of my favorites, my car club here in Manitoba. Mostly in and around Winnipeg. And that's the original Half Moon many years ago when I was young. But now it's, of course, it's new and modern, but just as good. A good place to hang out and a good place for cars. We'll come back around to this wall again. We have our neon clock and some other die-cast vehicles. So here we have some pictures hidden behind here of cars that have been placed onto mirrors. Kind of neat. And if we swing over here, we've got just a little display here of some of the vehicles that I have from the National Motor Mint Museum or the Franklin Mint. Some of them have their original documentation with them. And if we just scooch down here, we've got a lot of magazines that I've collected. Of course, we have a trunk, so we can put more car stuff in it. Inside here, I've got some of the extra large calendars and some of the bigger things that don't fit into a binder very well. We've got over 200 books, all on vintage cars from around the world. Here we've got a number of binders. We've got photographs, pictures, a number of different things. Just an example here, we have a book of stamps, some first day issue. And we've got lots of stamps from like Mongolia. Here's Bhutan, Germany. Most any country that's had vehicles on their stamps. Cuba, Poland. Got quite a book full of those. We've got a book full of trading cards. This one from yes, we've got a number of these what they call cigarette cards. A lot of these ones were from Great Britain. And a lot of those. There's fire trucks, fire engines, collection series. And now we collect super trucks. which the cat scales. If any service station has a cat scale that trucks weigh themselves in on, truckers get these cards. And you can go to cat scales, to their website. You can buy them or trade them or wherever you like. We have another workhorses of yesterday. This is a truck calendar book. These are all pictures taken out of from calendars that I've collected over the years. I've got about 5 or 6 of them with car pictures. Some more books that have to be processed yet. We also have a number of car videos, of course, held in by bookends. And just to give you an idea of how many binders we have of scrapbooks and original ads and calendar books. All the models I've built, I've kept the covers. And up here we have a lot of videos that I've just put together from internet collection things. This one here happens to be Jay Leno's garage. I've probably got 2 or 3 videos from his garage. A lot of stuff collected. And we didn't get right to the very top of the ceiling here. One year my daughter-in-law surprised me with a picture of a 1959 Pontiac, which was my first car, painted on a ceiling tile. When I lived in British Columbia, I had a 1956 Oldsmobile convertible. That's one of my favorites as well. And when I came back for a short time, I had a 1960 Chevrolet station wagon. And we talked about the Half Moon, and these little cars came from the Half Moon, these cardboard carriers for kids' meals. They put French fries in them generally, and well, we've got 3 of them so far. They're all sanctioned by Ford and by GM. We also have a Craven A poster, and a couple of Studebaker posters. And we have a poster from the Barrett-Jackson auction with the Batmobile on it when George Barris was there in 2013. That's the time that I went. That there is the tour of my antique car museum, for the most part. I will say that if it has an antique car on it, I probably own it somewhere in here. And 90% of what I have in here comes from thrift stores. There's a lot of good finds in thrift stores. So get out there and enjoy the hunt for whatever you collect. Thank you for watching.